Hey guys, Pete here, HVAC Greatness, service technicians. Okay, so what does it actually cost you if they work overtime? Are you trying to hold them back from not letting them work on Saturdays or the weekend? That may be a mistake. What would happen if you were forced to give them a raise? Maybe they were going to leave because they could make $5 an hour somewhere else. Should you go ahead and match that? And if so, what would that mean to your bottom line? Let's look at the numbers real quick. I think you're going to be surprised. Okay, so first scenario, let's say we've got a lead service technician for this particular company, $45 an hour plus his burden pay. When we add all that burden in for the whole year, he's going to get paid $117,000. Yeah, sure. Let's look here real quick. $45 an hour times 2,080 for the whole year. That's only, let's try that again. $45 an hour times 2,080. That's only $93,600. But we've got burden, right? We've got matched Social Security taxes. We've got workers' compensation. We've got vacation, paid holidays. So all of that is factored into that. So in this particular case, we're making we have to charge $139 an hour because he's only billable 900 hours per year, or 45% of the time of the hours that are available. Okay. So what is this going to do if we go into overtime? Let me show you. First of all, our production is based on your projected service calls for the year. So during your normal 40 hours, we have to price so that all the overhead gets met, all the bills get paid, and that means that you have to meet your quota. So what happens when you go out after hours? Let's look at that real quick, and I'll show you what that looks like. So let's say it's a $25 part, and the technician is out there for 1 hour. That's fine. So a $25 part, we got a credit card fee in there, we got all our vehicle expenses, we have our break even. Let's say we wanted a selling price of, let's just go with a net profit of 25%. Okay, so we would have to get $389.71 for that repair, of which $93.87 would be net profit. But this is going to be a Saturday call. Okay, so guess what? The overhead was paid during the week. So if the overhead was paid during the week and it's built into this price, this is not our net profit anymore. This is our net profit. $379.49 to send your people out on overtime. But wait, what about the time and a half, Pete? Well, hang on a minute. If our technician is making $45 an hour and you gave him time and a half, you're going to have to pay him $67.50, maybe for 2 hours to drive over and to drive back. We have $130 already figured for labor based on during the week. What are you losing? $5? You're picking up $370 net profit on a repair because it's not during the week. Now, this is based on us having met our quota. But fundamentally, this is all net profit. If it does it at this size on a repair, what does that look like on a replacement? What if you do a change out on the weekend? Because we're full all week and, hey guys, who wants to come make some extra money and come in and do this change out on the weekend? You want to see an interesting number? Check this out. So let's take this install here. Let's say we've got about $3,500 worth of equipment on this job, and then on the install, everything looks good. 2-man 1 day, regular hourly. So we're going to let's do a net profit of 20% on this. And let's say This is a $9,902 job. Now, typically, that's a nice net profit, $1,882. But you're paying time and a half, right? That's going to cost you. Well, hang on a minute. This is, your overhead was paid during the week. This number right here that's built into it has already been paid. So guess what your new net profit is? Okay? Now, sure, we had direct labor figured for about $1,200, and maybe we had to pay time and a half, and so maybe we have to take, let's see here, let's say our crew, let's go see exactly what that crew was making. So we had that crew over here, and we've got $50 for lead tech, $30, that's $80 an hour. So on that $80 an hour, we've times eight hours. Normally we pay this times time and a half. We're having to pay $960 worth of labor. Well, guess what? How much we already have figured in for the labor. Guys, weekend jobs, if you're hitting your quota during the week, weekend jobs are the most profitable jobs that you can get. Shout out to Bob McNamara. We went over this earlier today. And now, what if your technician is getting ready to leave? He wants $5 an hour. Let's go look at that scenario. So let's say we got a service technician based on $45 an hour. Let's go look at that repair, and we've got that $25 part, and we need, we get $389 to do this repair. All right. And what I'm going to do is I want to show this a little differently. I'm going to manually enter $375.59. So $375.59, and it's a manual selling price, so that this stays the same. So this is the same selling price. We're making 25% profit, or $93. Well, what would happen if you gave that technician an extra $5 an hour? Let's see. We go back over here. We change this $45 to $50 an hour. Everything downstream changes. And if we look at this, all of a sudden we're making 21%. You're still okay. If you've priced this, you're okay. Think about this. What would it cost you to lose that technician? Especially now. Okay. You got to run your numbers. But when you're sweating giving that technician $1 an hour raise or $2 an hour raise, don't sweat it. Here's what you need to sweat. Your numbers need to be right. You have to use a proper pricing system. And your quota has to be met. That means that your technician needs so many service calls per month. That means so many per week, and possibly so many per day, and you have a quota for the whole year, and everything's lined out. This is not hard to do. You have to have a marketing budget in there, because if it gets a little slow, you stimulate sales, right? There's things that you can do. And as long as you can manage the quota and get your technicians in front of those customers, you can pay them better. Actually, there's some other strategies I'll show you on another video, but I wanted to share this with you, especially weekends, after hours, and your technicians want to make a little extra money. Go let them do it. They're only making a killing for you. P. Ramsey, HVAC Greatness. See you on the next one. You guys be good. Bye-bye.